Hello, everyone. And thank you for your patience. The show is about to begin. I hope you all are excited, that you have your drinks or snacks, and that you're prepared for some unboxing fun. Thank you, Logan. That's very sweet. This should be a pretty interesting unboxing. I don't know what to expect from this set, but the flavor looks pretty cool. Okay, Bruiser, thank you for letting me know, and hello everyone. Little hearts. So this set is Duskmourn, House of Horror, and it's a play booster box. I believe it has 36 packs. And I noticed a lot of these recent sets I've been opening, or some of the few, including the Avatar box I picked up, they're made in Japan, so the print quality is pretty good. Like to survive in a house of nightmares. And hello to all the familiar faces. And to the few new ones as well. And Logan, it looks like you renewed your membership. Welcome back, Logan. Okay, and I feel like the music should be appropriate for this event. Oh, David, you never really interrupt. Thank you, David. Okay. I think, yes, Logan, you have an orange emblem, so that indicates a particular month, although I don't know what month that indicates. Okay. It's always so crispy and clean before it gets opened. It has a sort of D&D vibe to it. And it seems like the packs are a little bit loose, but that makes sense. Okay, here we go. You said shoot the color orange with October. That makes sense. Scan here to get 1,000 free cards. Limited edition. Just kidding. Oh, Necros. Goodbye, Necros. That's kind of an interesting vibe. Kind of like a Ghostbuster sort of thing. ERT foil tentacle. Wow. Okay, I'll keep the focus maybe a little bit lower. 1,000 cards, 24-hour stream. Oh my. Okay, well, it looks like it's like a little loose for some reason, but the flavor looks really good. Like the art style. And 1,000 waifus. We would probably get sick and tired of waifus by the end. We would need some good husbandos too. I don't know what's in this set. However, I am hoping for a tentacle waifu, if that's even possible. This is strange though, like, it looks like it's collapsing in on itself. There's some sort of, like, strange, like it's not balanced or stacked properly. So it looks like somehow some of the packs got a little disheveled. Very tight, super tight. The Japanese boxes, they really know what they're doing. They really like it nice and tight. Okay. Time to pull the candy out. You know, bend over to this day, we managed to pull a crazy Charizard, but have never pulled a Squirtle. That's actually wild. Spider-Man has been defeated. It might be about the same. Oh, also, by the way, I had a white version of this shirt coming, and I've received it twice, but I'm now having to return it a second time because I keep getting too small of a size. Not that I can't wear it, because I'm able to wear it each time. It's just I didn't keep the tag or the shirt that I'm currently wearing. And so I've been trying to match the size to find the right fit. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to return the shirt that I got again and try for the next size. And Mega Blastoise EX instead of the Squirtle, that's funny. Every time I hear this song, I think of Howl's Principle too. Trial and error. And luckily they allow for 3 returns, so that's nice. You know, I don't take the tags off or whatever. Hopefully find some waifus. Well, it is Magic the Gathering, so they're pretty sensitive when it comes to waifus. But we shall see. And thank you, Mahi. I really like the flavor so far. It's a nice color. I think Magic the Gathering was peak when it had Earthbind, one of those really old cards. No offense to anyone that, you know. But yeah, one of those, the Earthbind card from the older Magic the Gathering, one of the banned cards, I believe. Or just like a card they won't print again. So there's 14 cards per pack, which is wild. Okay, nice empty box. Tentacle, yeah. Lucian, maybe. I have no idea, but I'm hoping. How many packs are in this box? Okay, 36, okay. So like typical magic. Okay, well, I think it's time. The first piece of chocolate. So it opened up pretty nice. Also, on a side note, I've been really enjoying Dark Souls. I imagine this set will be really kind of like horrific, like its art style, and the House of Horrors. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. Okay, that's good. Arachnophobia goes burr. Wow. Black Red Demon? I'm not sure. Wait, Quaylag? Is that a boss from Dark Souls? I saw you all talking about that. The one I fought, maybe would be the fire. Starting off with a spider. Also, I really like this, the set symbol. It's like a butterfly. Yeah, apparently. Wait, what is this? They should have never given us this much power. What the heck is this card? Like, what am I seeing right now? The magic card. Oh, I see. "16 hours in Dark Soul." Oh wow, nice. I don't know what this card is. Fear of burning alive. Interesting. So I don't know the order of these cards, but it seems to be already starting off with a foil. And these cards are also 2024. That's a pretty neat swap, or should I say swap? Okay, so it's like foil land rare. You're past the veil. Cannot escape the swamp. Where X is the number of card types among cards in your graveyard card types. Okay, that's interesting. Wait, this kind of looks like tentacles a little bit. This could definitely be tentacles. The land cards and magic are really nice. Whoa, some sort of like split card. That's kind of interesting. The enchant, a room card. Wonder why it has like the little stamp mark. Oh, it's a rare, that's why. Like a rare room. That is really interesting. They're like tiny little cards. A human coward. Interesting. Legendary creature, apparently. Reminds you of Control, yeah. It does have that vibe. It almost looks like a little angel in the background. Like the little ears. Inquisitive Glimmer. If it wasn't clear what that card was. There it is. Hello, Dusty. Yeah, it's like my live 2D model. It's useful for different things like this. Like, I feel like this is the equivalent of an art card or something. But I just realized there's some messages appearing. Okay, I have to change my chat to all messages. It's wild how many cards are in a pack compared to what we're used to with like Japanese Pokemon. A Fox Glimmer, this is pretty nice looking. It just goes to the store, oh wow. These are Magic the Gathering cards. They've been around for like 30 years. Some sort of a merfolk monster that I would fight in Dark Souls. A grasping long neck. I do like that so far the flavor is related to like horrors, things that would be horrific. And thank you, Lacer, for the membership. Vanish from sight. This one looks weird on camera, like it has like a strange effect. I think that's just magic cards though. Like the texturing on magic cards look a little strange sometimes. Malevolent Chandelier. Interesting. If you see a light moving towards you in the darkness, don't assume it's coming to help. Grab your food, bird. Zombies. I did like making some zombie death on the Magic Arena a while back. Friendly Teddy. Feels like this is seeing some things. Scorching Dragonfire. Okay, so we're back on the bridge in Dark Souls. Insidious Bidet, oh wow. Okay, we got a waifu. Wonder if this would be a tsundere or a kundere. The theme of the set is pretty cool. Malevolent Chandeliers, that is literally a Pokemon. Yeah, that's kind of funny. First waifu. Return target creature from the graveyard to the battlefield, you gain 3 life. That's nice. 5 is a pretty big cost, but that is pretty nice. Okay, we got a dog. Very, very watchdog. Okay. First act down. Flavor is interesting. I am pretty excited about the Avatar, the Last Airbender set, the play boss. Although, I haven't looked at the guide to the set, but I saw a few images today, and it kind of felt like they used screenshots sometimes from the show. Wait, what the heck? This one looks crazy. That one literally is kind of horrific in a way. Wow. Okay, so if I do the token down and then 1, 2, 3 to the back, looks like a robot from 9, yeah. And then we'll do uncommons, commons, and then the rares, I guess. Well, that is super vivid. Scrattling skull crab. Old angel model, yeah. And for this, I didn't see. That is pretty cool. Another rim. Bottomless pool and locker room. Okay, so very cultured. Although it doesn't have to be. It's would have been great for Halloween. Yeah, that's true. Swimming pool scene, like from a horror movie or something. Vile mutilator. A demon. That's pretty cool looking. Huge cost. The 2-in-1 cards, yeah, this is pretty neat. The room cards. Whoa, back with the really vivid, like magenta or something. Is into violence. Every creature gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink. This is a great card. And it's a 2. That's really good. Don't make a sound. I won't, because I won't ever use that card. Cautious survivor. Okay, and a waifu. Very cautious. Has some like Ghostbuster looking gear. She came back alone with her recorder broken and his footage scrambled. Whatever she had experienced, she never spoke of again. Found footage, exactly. Bedhead beastie. It's like lights on it. Oh, look, there's like a bed. It had heard monsters were supposed to hide under beds, and it did its best. The set is unique, like its theme. Okay, here we go. Wow, that is really beautiful. Any waifus? A little bit. The best one so far is that one. Oh wait. Okay, so husband seized from slumber. That looks horrific. Like it's starting to sort of like turn into like little shreds or something. Tyson tried to scream for help, but his lungs simply unraveled. That's actually horrific. Yeah, very Halloween vibes. Okay, a foil room. Foil locker room and bottomless pool. A nice looking little forest, kind of like a greenhouse vibe. Probably some plant tentacles. Kobe, Beastie, Befriender. Okay, this is some Monsters Inc. style stuff. Sure, I'm pretty small, but Gribble isn't, so I don't get scared. Interesting. Vines, yeah, plant tentacles. Hello, Moto. Okay, so let's see the token. Oh, it's a horror. That is pretty horrific. Patchwork Beastie. That's pretty interesting. It doesn't know it isn't real. That's crazy. The coloring on this card too, it's kind of like muted even though it's a forest. Oh, because it's an artifact. Okay. Wow, super vivid. Vengeful possession. As the ghost clawed its way into her skin, Sarissa forgot that the rage tearing through her heart wasn't her own. Wow, the descriptions are pretty good. That is pretty cool. Oh, you can see the hands coming through. Or like the shadow of the hands. This is really crazy. Wow. Hello, Fallen. I'm doing good. Okay, waifu. Do they cause trouble? Sure. But if you're nice to them, the trouble happens to other folks. And the music is on point. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Very nice waifu. Gremlin tamer, yeah, Japanese gremlin just found their waifu. fellow native. Okay, if it's a duplicate, I kinda skip past it. Appendage. Amalgam. Whoa. It moves with the speed of a spider, but none of its skittering grace, scuttling to the sound of mucus-covered fingers. Bashful beastie. Okay, I noticed they're doing these beasts that have multiple masks, like masks on them. Yeah, the descriptions are scarier than art. It's like Pokemon. Yeah, we do get this song a lot with the throat singing, but I like it. No one knows what hides beneath the beastie's mask. Bear trap. Definitely saw some of those in Crow Country. Every time its teeth tasted blood, its hunger grew, until one day it was no longer a trap, but a hunter. Oh, cybernetic. And hello, Justice. Okay, kind of a zombie waifu a little bit. Spectral Snatcher. It did seem like they were implying that the trap was alive. Living foam. A toy. Impossible Inferno. The Toy Story fan, yeah. Anything can be a waifu if you're willing to try. Wow. Okay, we have double waifu. Shepherding spirits. This way, Melinda. 800 years haven't improved your sense of direction. They're running from the new congenital chat. Say its name. Okay, it looks like a mirror. At first I thought it was tentacles, but it looks like maybe a mirror. That's a lot of words. And then a foil planes, which is pretty lovely. It would be really nice to play the piano in a place like this. And then the rares Marina Vendrell's Grimoire. Whenever you gain life, draw in any cards. That's crazy. Of course, there's a lot more to it. Whenever you lose life, discard that many cards. Then if you have no cards in your hand, you lose the game. Wow, that's interesting. Making gumbo out of leftover Thanksgiving turkey. Imagine the echo, yeah, in that area. Hello, Jessa, playing the piano. Another spider. Under the Skin, another mirror-related card. the last card in the next pack is how you're spending your hot cultured Saturday night. Wow. You know, Magi, I actually think I have that game. I think I picked it up on Steam. Sheltered by Ghosts. An interesting card. A little bit hard to see. Live or Die. Okay, I really like this card. What the heck? Beautiful artwork. I grant them the illusion of hope so that their despair grows ever sweeter. That is beautiful. I really like that. Was that your cousin with 8 legs? Yeah, I like that a lot, honestly. That's so cool. I'll probably look through some of this to see if something goes in the binder. When it comes to magic, I don't put as many in the binder. I'm looking more for like artwork that really stands out or things like that. But that one is really cool. I like that a lot. Hello, Jared and Ramon. Sleeves for the binder. Yeah. And speaking of that, I'll just go ahead and I like this one a lot. It's not often that I see a card in Magic that I'm just like, wow, that's super cool. That one's really cool. Also, I really have to do something about this cotton bottom that I'm using because the Charizard and the Gardevoir, I needed to replace the sleeve and the hard sleeve because there was so much cotton from this material. So really not a good base, especially for cards. Okay, Waifu. Yeah, I could see how some of the cards remind you of Mortal Kombat, like some of the characters. Please be dead. Please be dead. Please be dead. That's pretty good. This silk tablecloth. That, or I'll use like large white poster board. Okay, a crazy rat. This night we're playing Dark Souls again. You've been pulling this set on Arena for months now with spare gold. Okay, that reminds me. Kids can. So you play Arena. Are you on the Discord by chance? Hello, Jasper. I have a code card. I've been wanting to try and give it out, as I don't play Arena anymore. Greatest from God of War, yeah, the previous one. Well, you know, not to try and pressure you to join the Discord, but I feel like that's the most private way to be able to send it. But, you know, you're not crazy for suggesting that idea, and thank you, by the way. And thank you for posting the Discord link. I actually have thought about playing Dark Souls. I'm also interested in getting Battlefield set up to play possibly this weekend. I haven't installed, so maybe Dark Souls. We'll have to see. The rents in the set are crazy. look, it says Battlefield. Hello, Phantom. And the Advent calendar. That's interesting. Have fun with Battlefield. We manifested the word exactly. Hello, Golden. So many familiar faces. Yeah, and I do plan on playing with many of you on Battlefield if possible. The foil beastie. Wow, that is a super beautiful foil swap. A swap card. That is gorgeous. Wow. How exciting. What an adventure. Like, that's something that you love to see when you play. Like, putting that out on the battlefield. I mean, this is such a beautiful image. Regular matches in a squad, Gauntlet, Battle Royale. I didn't know that Battlefield 6 was a Battle Royale. I'm only familiar with like playing Conquest and things from the other games. Like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, a little bit of 2042. Yeah, that is pretty nice. And then a silent Hole Creeper, which is definitely creepy. Winds are some of the best cards in Magic the Gathering for sure. But I love the music going so well with the flavor of the set. I mean, I guess I'm a little bit of a producer slash kind of like filmmaker in a way. Not necessarily a filmmaker, but I don't know, when it comes to matching music and flavors and stuff. I don't know, it just seems to be something that I enjoy doing, for sure. I don't really know how else to put it. Battlefield 6 has a Battle Royale that's free to play. Oh, okay, yeah, I've never heard of that. I also want to thank the systems and algorithms. Although I do steer them in certain directions, they seem to be in harmony a lot. Although, as I say that, I think of the DJ Cletus from The Witness. Absolute cinema. Oh, look, we do have that. Yeah, I guess you maybe don't have the emojis. You can barely even tell what you're looking at here. Oblivious Buckworm. Oh, wow. The detector won't stop beeping. Must be on the fritz again. Shrewd storyteller. All his tales are cautionary. Skipping through the duplicates. Bruiser, you dodge every membership that comes your way. Wow. Like Arova. That is interesting. I really don't understand why some accounts. It almost feels like there is a reason, rather than it just being chance. I don't know. That might be copium. R-rated vigor. We set it on fire, it lived. We cut off its head, it lived. We fell to it, one by one, it lived. Every creature gains death touch and indestructible for 2. That's really good. That's a good one. That's a good one. And it was an instant cast as well. Found footage. What the heck? Literally found footage. What the heck? Are you serious? From Resident Evil. Found footage. That's actually crazy. It looks like an area in Diablo or something. Or in that one game we played that was kind of like a light Dark Souls. In a bunch of these rooms. Fear of immobility. Okay, that's kind of scary. As it slunk toward her, Nina pulled her legs to run, but they stayed rooted and rigid. She screamed, but no sound left her lips. That is very horrific. Murder. You know, I have to say, for a game that is rated 13+, I find some of the murder cards to be some of the really, questionable, shouldn't this be 18+? It's actually wild. Razor can have only one hobby. Wow. Half-Life citizens, oh my goodness. That is really cool. This room, moldering gym and weight room, maybe they're in the same room, but the way they have the tree dividing them, that's really cool. Strangled cemetery. Okay, well, it's a mythic. A mythic room. Funeral room probably would go really hard in foil. Funeral room and awakening hell. It is pretty beautiful. A casket, and then I guess have an open casket. Foils are actually really common, just for those that don't know, in Magic the Gathering. They're very, very common compared to older sets of Magic. That is really beautiful. Wow. So if that was one of the mythics on the box, then there couldn't be too many more. I assume Glimmer, more Waifus. I would be pretty doubtful. Okay, there's a little Harry Potter action going on. I feel like this is directly inspired by having animated the whatever those things were in Harry Potter. The spirits, the Patronus, yeah. Nothing wrong with a little artistic inspiration. The Glimmer card looks like Charizard from Pokemon. Coordinated blabbering. A little multiplayer action going on. Well, this is such a huge description. Zimo's theory was that the fractalization of atmospheric aether would increase kinetic energy. Ivar's theory was that that if you hit Altus in the face really hard, they would fall down. They were both right. Wow. That one again. Okay, fear of abduction, literally aliens. That's pretty funny. Blabbering, the most unserious word for a serious situation. That's funny. That is pretty wild. Literally aliens. And hello, John C., by the way. Let me adjust something. This looks like something out of Left 4 Dead. Beastie beatdown. Wow, that's super vivid. I wonder if it's the same artist that makes these really... Okay, the camera makes it look extremely vivid. It's not quite that potent off camera. Yeah, it is the same artist. John Pedrick. Very cool. Sometimes survivors in the flood pits hear their own drowning voices crying out for help. Only the ones who flee immediately live to speak of it. Just skipping past duplicates. It's just built. When there would be sacrifice wandered back to their encampment, the survivors breathed a sigh of relief, assuming the demon had departed. Yeah, that goat, I wouldn't trust it for a minute. Had too many eyes. Okay, Spine Seeker Centipede. This is pretty much Dark Souls all over again. Okay, now we got a foil of that card. I actually wondered earlier what that would be. What that would look like in foil, and well, I guess we got it. Great card, I really like this card. Like, functionally. You went to a store, it was makes you busy for like holiday shopping? I see. Okay, twitching doll. A spider toy. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty interesting that they do like toys in this set. That's pretty fun. Really cool vibe. I really like that they actually did this set of horrors. Like, that's actually cool. Too many of you fell out for Black Friday. Waifus in the next pack. Apparently we pulled a Husbando, our card. Yes, I do collect quite a bit of what has been opened on stream. A trash pile finale. To some degree, I want to be kind of careful with that, as the packs can be a little reflective. But then again, there will be quite a few packs. Like you, Lacer. Zelda Echo of Wisdom on sale. Okay, we have some tentacles. Sleepwell Justice. And hello, Charco. Just reading some of what you're saying. Screaming Nemesis got banned. I see. You try to avoid the Black Friday crowds. I feel like it's gotta be a lot less than in the past, perhaps. Those are tentacles, not plants. Yes. Actually, well, I do think maybe they're plants, but they sure do have the tentacle vibe going on. Plants, tentacles, like roots, almost. This is fantastic. We actually got... Now, if they would have swapped out the Husbando or a waifu, although I think he could have a pretty good time. It actually looks like he might be enjoying it a little bit. Even as the roots twisted painfully into his flesh, he sang out in joy, for he could feel himself becoming one with the woods as it entered into his multiple openings. That's wild, actually. I wasn't really that far off. Cyber Monday is a product of retail movie online, yeah. Although it feels like a lot of the sales just kind of start and they run for like a week or more. Okay, more rooms. A little hard to see these ones, but Painter's Studio, Defaced Gallery is kind of cool. Most of what I read was written. Oh wow, that's pretty neat. Arabella Abandoned Doll. I really like that they do a bunch of these dolls. That's pretty cool. Imagine you make a whole set of dolls. Mourn. Oh yeah, Mourn on Discord. Okay, duplicate. You said this part is powerful. You talking about the doll? Okay, awkward percussionist. Okay, I had to have the little monkey with the making music, a monkey toy. Dance to its beat, or I will dance on your grave. Meat walker and drowned diner. Oh, I see a little tentacles. Winter's intervention. Oh wow, one of the bear traps from earlier. And another big description. And we trust him? Nico whispered as they eyed the stranger. I don't know, the wanderer replied. But he's a lot friendlier than the creature that was chasing us. They have a lot of, like, stories and this, Deals 2 damage, you gain 2 life. Pretty good insta. Duplicate. Okay, this one's crazy looking. Grab the prize. I assume this is kind of like a Saul reference. Unfortunately, the keyhole turned out to be located in an even larger, scarier clown mouth. That is true, I have not played the DLC of Resident Evil yet. Resident Evil 7. Duplicates. Okay, vicious clown. We're getting a lot of clowns now. Surprise! Ah ha 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 ha. You should see the look on your face. Here, let's peel it off so you can. That's actually crazy. And then a foil creeping paper that looks like it's in Dark Souls. An overarching story. Is it arching or arcing? Overarching story. 13 plus. Yeah, I mean, you know. Pretty mature themes for sure. But here's what's crazy. If this set had exposed boobs in it, or even a butt, a peach, then it would instantly be 16 to 18 plus. The Gundam set, the Gundam card game, was rated more mature than this card game, and this one literally has murder as a card. And let me peel your face off. Bleeding woods. That's pretty cool looking actually. They say if someone lies down to sleep beneath the trees, in the morning, nothing will remain but a few scattered bones and a bed of blood-red lilies. The music fits, yeah. Okay, we got a sheep glimmer, so kind of like the Patronus. Enduring and the synth. No description though. Invoke prejudice, now banned. Oh wow. If they bring it back to the Earthbind card, then the game is saved. Wait, what did I just pull? What the heck is this? What? Oh, that's kinda cool. Oh man, you're in like little tokens. That's pretty neat. Like counters, yeah. Witcher folk, Thresher. Yeah, for the rooms and such. Scarecrow. Shroud Stomper. Okay, something really big, really tall is about to crush them. Shroud. Okay, a little streamer shout out. Okay, this description is wild. I think Razorkin are like creatures in this set. At least the Razorkin are happy when they kill you, but walkers don't even notice. Kinda sounds like people just walking down a sidewalk or walking through the grass. Orphans of the wheat. Wait, what the heck? Their only family is each other, and their only toys are those who wander too far into the fields. That's pretty neat. That one again, Waifus. Cackling Slasher. Wow. They got some really interesting artists to work on the set. Every death was funnier than the last, until his howling laughter drowned out his victim's screams. Wow. The art, yeah. And they fix the music. Hello, Gabro. Oh yeah, this is the human assassin, apparently. What do we have here? Erratic apparition. What's got you all bent out of shape? Oh wow, that's funny. Joseph, comedian, last words. Chill, eerie music. Yeah, I'm really loving the music experience with this. Friendly ghost. In life, Marcus had been a devoted guide of new arrivals. Death simply made it easier to get around. Asper, I'm not sure. Although it feels inspired by some stuff. Every time I see this card, it reminds me of World of Warcraft, like an orc, like Thrall, and then kind of like the corrupted Ashbringer in a way. Asper the friendly ghost. I haven't really seen a Casper movie. He said Thrall, he said how. When Thrall, one of his, like, I don't know, chapters of his story, he wears like a hood and has like a really shaman sort of style, like a shamanic style garb. Very vivid, interesting colors. During Cataclysm, yeah. The souls of those who perished before Valgavoth's ascension exist now only as a fractured I don't care. I lost interest while reading that. It did look nice though. Go ahead, neat, run. Wow. That would be pretty dark horror right there. This music is incredible. Okay, like a foil island. A little bit difficult to see, but yeah. When the cards yap, you know it's bad. That's pretty funny. Dog glimmer. So there's quite a few glimmers in this set, like these Petraeus style. Angel love. Go ahead, neat, run. And the love, you don't even see their legs, you don't even see their arms, they just appear. They just love you to death. Oh, and Charco. Besides this, it's harder to see with sleep. Besides this really beautiful swamp art, oil. Besides that, I like this part over here called Live or Die. In the description, it has like really beautiful art. It says, I grant them the illusion of hope so that their despair grows ever sweeter. It's really nice. Okay. Manifest. Oh. A bug. Okay, yeah, we're definitely playing Dark Souls, confirmed. And ready to return to the swamp. I don't think I explored everything, but first I have to climb back up that tree. It is very possible that I might play Dark Souls 1 after this stream. Like take a little break and then do a little pop-up stream. Popular egoist. I know you'd want me to live, bestie. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, she's pushing her. She's pushing her. That's wild. Are you saying that's you? Yeah, the waifu kills another waifu. This is crazy. The Dark Souls addiction is real. Possibly. Fear of Infinity. This is actually an incredible card. Like the artwork in the title. There are some nightmares so terrible. You are never truly rid of them. That is incredible. That's a great one. Ouroboros. You all instantly seem to know what that is. I'm not familiar with that. I've heard the term, but... Cracked skull. Ears ringing and head throbbing. All Tarvin could do was wait to see what would finish the job. It's a common symbol, I see. Frantic strength. With his friends dead and his weapons broken, Gyro seized the only thing he could to defend himself. Kind of like 80s or something, action elf. Quite a common creature in mythology, I see. McDonald's, I don't know what that is, but I'm familiar with the name. That's funny. Oh, yeah, exactly. Fear of lost teeth. Sleep well, Jared. As it drew closer, Sam felt her own teeth wriggle in their sockets, as if they wanted to leap out and join the thing. That's incredible. Very nice artwork. Bedhead Beastie again. Alt healer. Oh, we don't need to operate. I've just always wanted to try it. Wow, stalked researcher. At first I thought she had the horny spray. Well, it's so bright, it's like just a shadow. It's only a shadow. Please let it be a shadow. Okay, this is a really lovely land card, a forest. I really like this one. It reminds me of the Nightmare Before Christmas. This is really beautiful. I like that a lot. This would actually be a lovely, large piece of art to have on the wall. I really like that. Okay. I see. Is that a waifu? Kinda in between. Kind of a zombie assassin. Unstoppable slasher. This card is OP. This is 3-drop. Death Touch. They lose half their life, rounded up. That's crazy when you do damage to a player. Okay, and then we change the stun counters. That is a pretty cool card. Waifondo? That works, yeah. It's like a masculine female or a feminine masculine. Feminine male. The best of both worlds. Am I into horror? I'm actually not really into horror. And yet, I keep playing more horror games. Okay, now we have Gabbro's waifu. Gabbro's Oshi. The moth. Oh, Mahi, you're okay. And hello, Logan. Juniper. Juniper Atticus, something like that. Is skipping duplicates exercise. Strictly speaking, you can't kill what's already dead, but trapping and disintegrating it is pretty close. Interesting. Okay, this one's cute. Brood spinner. Okay, this one actually is adorable. I'm able to scream, although it's kind of horrific, but it's quite cute. It's like someone's been trapped into a doll. That's actually crazy. I love this Frost. Yeah, I like this doll a lot. It has really beautiful hair. And Frost. There have been some interesting cards here and there. I don't really know that you've necessarily missed anything, per se. Manifest Dread. That's why I never travel without a flamethrower. Rest in peace, Spawn Hunter. Okay. You said Heisenberg? Wait, which one's Heisenberg? Are you talking about Breaking Bad? And yeah, the doll is such a cool vibe. Say its name? Oh. I don't know if I ever made it that far in Breaking Bad. glimmer burst. At first, Sasha felt many hands crawling across her. Slowly her clothes began to be torn. Oh wait, that's not what it says. At first, Sasha felt silly fending off the cellar spawn hordes with the essence of her childhood pet hamster, but it sure beat dying alone in the dark. Yeah, this is a interesting card. So her childhood pet hamster. The essence of her childhood pet hamster. Okay, like a Petrius in a way. Okay, what is this? Some sort of like floor. What was Shrieker? The mythic. It's pretty neat looking. Oh wow, I see it's like the reflection from like a blade or something. It's pretty wild. Very sinister looking. And yeah, Niorla horror does incorporate a lot of interesting elements to it. Outside of, you know, just straight up slasher slash. It is pretty horrifying looking. Wow. I wouldn't normally put something like that in the binder, but it's pretty sick. I like it. Wow. A nice little island to sit and read. Which, speaking of reading, I can show you the manga series I've started reading recently. There was a Amazon gift card purchase on Throne, another mythic, by the way. Oh wait, it's the same. It's just one is like the full art. But an Amazon gift card was purchased on Throne in recent times, so I used it to purchase some of a manga series that I saw that I was interested in, and it actually is very in theme with this set, although it's much more slice of life. I will grab it here. Wow, Skullfrost, that was actually insanely clever. What you said. You said with all these horror-themed cards, it brings new meaning to slice of life. Wow. Okay, so the manga that I started reading casually is called Creepy Cat. And it feels very in theme. Let me adjust the focus for a moment. Feels very in theme with this set. I really like the art style and the vibe. And if you've ever lived with or owned a cat, you can relate with some of the humor of the set of this series. I believe there are 3 or there's 4 in the series. It may have been a web comic turned into a manga, but I really, really adore its style. My Life with Creepy Cat. And also, there's kind of like deeper things in it. Like this guy who isn't really showing his true self, even though he likes her. And the cat knocks off his hair. He always wears like a little wig. Then we have the hairy situation where the cat jumps on her lap with her new blouse and gets hair all over it. Doing yoga. If you've ever had a cat, you know they like to get all around you. Yeah, it's pretty lovely. I do like the style quite a bit. I've not looked in this one. I noticed a little break from our Magic the Gathering, but I find it to be quite cute. Well, what do we have going on here? It is humorous too, it's sweet. Creepy cat. And yeah, the font, you're right. That is pretty nice. Okay, now back to our horrific cards. Average cat activities, exactly. Oh wow, Lacey, that's wild. That the cat jumped on your shoulders at the same moment. You have 4 cats, Moggy. They keep things exciting around the house. Well, they certainly help with, like, rodents and such. Okay, a gold signature card from Husbando. Couldn't possibly get a waifu at all. That's pretty neat. I do think that cats are rather common on this, like in this Discord, and let me adjust the focus a little bit. I do see a few dogs here and there. And we have a bird. Actually, I've only seen Traco's bird on the Discord. I haven't really seen any snakes or lizards or pet spiders. Cleaning up fur. Yeah, definitely one of the trade-offs of having a furry animal. Can't wait to grab some art cards from the set. I see. Okay, we have quite a husbando right here. You used to have bearded dragons. You suggested a bird. Well, every pet is going to have its own share of cleanup and responsibility. And also the idea that if you ever take a trip, if you live by yourself, well, then you may be less likely to take trips. This is my way out. You'll have to find your own. Betrayer's Bargain. That's a pretty horrific card. And just a reminder, after this stream, there's a good chance that I will switch to Dark Souls after a little bit. A Void Rod? Perfect. Now I'll be able to get the glitch reader working again. I was gonna say something really cultured, but I figured I'd read that. Yeah, that really bland description. There's that Live or Die card again. I love this card. It's an incredible card. Rite of a Moth. Okay, this is really beautiful. Okay, I have a little tiny story. Not quite the same color as that, but a very large moth like this and a very similar shape as well. I'm not sure why, but one time some years ago, I was working and a moth like this landed on my shirt. And it was unreal. I'd never seen it. I've never seen one like it ever again. It was huge and colorful. And it landed on my shirt. And it just sort of hung out on my shirt. And as I worked and dealt with customers, they were like, "Is that real?" And yes, it was. And they was just enjoying, I guess, being with me for some reason. And ultimately, one of my managers got really upset, and they were so annoyed by the fact that I had the moth on my shirt. Eventually, they, of course, wanted me to, get rid of it. So I let it go somewhere, but it was really interesting walking around for like a while with a huge moth on my shirt. Having like a little magical creature. It was foreshadowing the radiance. Oh wow. An Alice moth. I have to run a cooldown timer on my cultured comments. Yeah. It was my familiar. Wow, that's an interesting way to put it. Rosy Maple Moth. A literal IRL Pokemon. You can always post it on the Discord. BB crawlies are the only things that jump on you. The Spellfast. You'd prefer to have a moth. Thank you, Logan. Just skipping the duplicates. The moth was the first OVT fan. It makes me wonder if that's actually a moth and not a butterfly symbol then, the set symbol. The flashlight at first I thought was shining on a moth. It also looks like a lightsaber. And if you think anything cultured, well then, you need to, well you're fine actually, you're totally normal. Hope and reliable lighting are in short supply in the house. Glimmers provide both a mantis or a farming on a hole at a gas station. Praying mantises are really cool. Or praying mantis. What do we have going on here? Kind of a waifu? Like a waifu maybe? That's the one thing about the cultists. Sometimes they do your work for you. Interesting. Oh wow, there is that artwork. Oh, this one's a fire one. This one is a mountain. So we got the swamp and the mountain, but the swamp is foil. I really like this artwork. How it has that adventure vibe to it. Oh, so the real life gallery, okay. The happy memories made manifest, yeah, I believe so. The rare is an office and a lecture hall. Yeah, some of those basic layouts are really nice. I like them a lot. Oh my goodness, we have so many packs still? What the heck? Oh, that's true, Spellfast. In Dark Souls, I went from the swamps to the mountains for like a hellacious landscape. Yeah, Bruiser, that is a good point. And yeah, sometimes you will hear music that I've used in videos and such. Trial of Agony, this one was horrible. All it took to shatter their lifelong bond was a scrap of hope. Oof, that's bad. Fear of isolation. Very interesting one. Okay, pretty big description. On the second day after he'd been separated from his friends, Chino worried they'd be panicking at his absence. By the fourth, he was certain they'd never cared for him at all. Wow. You know, Bruiser, I believe the cicadas, when they were underground, they're actually alive for all those years that they're underground, which is pretty wild. And so when they come out of the ground, it's like they're given this chance to experience this unbelievable open space full of wind and rain and sun. It's incredible. A circadian cycle. I do think it varies depending on the cicada or the bird or whatever. I do think it varies, yeah. And the moth story reminds me of a moth video he posted in the media. With a flick of their wrist, Nico shattered the wicker folk and whisked Nashi to safety. Okay, interesting. Flesh burrower. This one's disgusting. Symptoms of a burrower bite include fevers, chills, gangrene, subcutaneous withering or withering, a growing urge to eat the flesh of the living, and if you're lucky, death. Okay, waifu, big time. Enter the enigma. Though she was used to stepping into the unknown, something about this strange doorway made the wanderer shiver as she crossed the threshold. 13 plus exactly loaded. And yeah, Bruiser, I see what you mean. Although technically, if an angel is not activated, then they may not be aware that they're not activated. It's one of those things of like being activated is almost like gaining consciousness, you could say. Not that angels necessarily have consciousness according to the Divine Heart Corporation. They thirst for blood like mosquitoes do. They thirst for blood like mosquitoes do. They just have a less dainty way of accessing it. Oh yeah, the big teeth. Piranha fly. Ragged playmate. You tried to throw me away, Henry. I don't like that at all. Well, the thing about people in comas is they're an organic being that was at one point alive, or like conscious in a way, the other organs and such may still be moving. When we're talking about angels, it's more like turning on and off a computer. So before an angel's activated, it's hard to say that they're actually alive. Unidentified hover ship. Okay, we have a little alien going on. Little aliens. That's pretty fun. It's perfectly fitting between the trees. Yeah, we got one card earlier called like abduction. An internal battery to keep track of stuff. They do have that on the motherboard. There is like a little battery. And that is a good point. But in terms of actually having energy coursing through the computer, you could say that I guess the battery is a little bit in that way, kind of what you're describing. That's an interesting question. Or an idea. Wow, beautiful waifu. Wow, stunning piece of art right here. Sleep well, Logan. That was definitely probably one of the top tier waifu cards of the set. Okay, what am I even looking at here? Apparently I didn't actually sort it correctly. Ghostly dancers. That's pretty beautiful, but it's like you're looking through a screen. It was like almost textured. That's interesting. Each spindle is the lingering consciousness of a survivor consumed by cellar spawn, a ragged, drifting remnant pulsing with constant psychic agony. Pulsing. What a cultured word. Kind of like gladiator music, yeah. A skipping through the duplicates. Well, a Daggermon Megalodon. The Ghost Hunter's equipment? I do think so, the Skullfrost. And that feeds. Wow, that is incredible. What a good play on words and sort of, ideas. Hello, Nima. In the darkness, Lana reached for Shay's hand and squeezed it for comfort. Then she heard Shay call to her from the next room. Oof. Yeah, the hand's an ring. You can imagine what that hand can do. I see what you're doing there. I see what you mean. Neglected manner. Our soul's vibes. Oh, actually, that's interesting. So this card was actually unique. It was placed in the uncommon area. There were 2 rares in this pack. So we actually got the cover art waifu. Zimon, all questioning. What the heck? This is a crazy description. Oh, or like an actual play description. Introspective and calming at the same time. Yeah, I do like that we're able to achieve such vibes. Old man Yarnan, take care. And everyone, hearts to you. This is incredible music. You didn't fall asleep or anything? Well, if you do fall asleep, enjoy it. Have sweet dreams. That's beautiful. Wallpaper worthy, yeah, that artwork. So many pieces of art could be hung on a wall. Wow, Saul, straight up Saul. Interesting dream bruiser. The greenhouse from the double card, I believe it is. Glimmer Seeker. Okay, there is some straight up tentacles coming in for her. Well, hello there. Want to come exploring? Well, you already know. These are about to explore her. I mean, she's distracted even, so you already know. Also, Skullfrost, welcome to the membership. Bird, he said, please, what? Duplicates. You've been wanting the emotes? Well, now you have them. Wow, this is a really incredible looking card. The first thing it kills is the light. Ear of the dark. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. In a ghostly way. Why can't your mind take you to the Konbini Mire or somewhere pleasant? That is a very interesting thing. That is a good point about the blue site. That's funny. Whoa, trapped in the screen. You're falling in love with this set slowly? Yeah, it's quite nice. I can imagine if there's a collector edition. It also is probably really lovely. Maggie had always wanted to be on television. Ah, yes. Beautiful. Kind of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The older one. I don't know about the newer one. They probably have the same elements, but the one with Gene Wilder, the boy who wanted to be on TV. Mike TV. Yeah, I think that was it. Okay, waifu. Entity tracker. The readings are off the charts. Whatever it is close. These outfits are kind of interesting, but kind of weird, in my opinion. Like, if they're using this kind of technology and such, it feels like they could have gone with more, you know, I guess more relatable outfits. I understand it's fantasy and such, but I feel like they kind of play really safe with these outfits. Ghost hunting gear, yeah. Oh wow, now we got a different one. We got the plains version. So we have the plains, the mountain, and the swamp of this really unique House of Horrors art. You gotta keep it PG. I mean, They have a card that says murder and a card that says let me rip off, like pretty much peel off your face so you can see it. Like, they could definitely put some better outfits on these characters. It's really a shame. Oh, but get this. When you look at the set, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, they have a male character that basically has full sex appeal going. Like, shirt off, you know, wearing like a Western cowboy outfit. Like, it's so hypocritical, it's crazy. Oh wow, another mythic. Dollmaker's Shop and Porcelain Gallery. That's pretty wild. Yeah, horror and gore, totally fine. But, you know, showing some skin, oh no, oh no. Big reason is because the company listens to a few that cry out loudly instead of the masses that actually, you know, care. So it's unfortunate. It's like a whole thing. And also clearly they, you know, they do well with things, but they also don't seem to really like making money as a company. But hey, this one is crazy looking. It's terrifying. It's literally made up of spiders. Haunted Scream. Free food? Oh wow. Oh, look in the background, by the way. There's like a ghost or something watching her. Would I pet it? Maybe if it was friendly. Savior of the small. You are safe, kiddo, for at least the next 10 minutes. That's about all I can promise. Yeah, they're definitely going with like a kind of retro vibe. By doing disproportionate body parts, that is interesting. Inductive machete. Okay. And hello, Camino. Okay, this one's wild looking. The touch of its many hands is almost gentle at first, but then the grip tightens and the mandibles dig in. I just realized there are some messages that are showing on OBS, but not showing in my chat. That's interesting. Fear of Surveillance. That is a pretty cool looking card. Its unblinking gaze sees every flaw, every shame, every humiliating moment you wish you could forget. That is incredible. That is so cool. I actually really like these fear cards. I actually might put these in the binder. These fear cards. I like that a lot. I may have to go through and look for the different fear cards. the fear of cheese. You like my hands? That's very sweet of you to say. Also a reminder that I did get a white version of this shirt, and I've now gotten it twice. However, I've had to return it twice because it's the wrong size every time. I forgot to keep the tag of this shirt, so I need to figure out the right size. The hands that brought us to these. I may have brought it, but many of you have done a lot of the rest. Manifest. The hand said with you. Ooh. Okay, probably gonna be a lot of duplicates. Actually, surprisingly, there are a lot of unique ones still. Ghostly Key Bearer. Monstrous emergence. You already know some interesting stuff is about to happen here. You already know. Okay, you can actually see there's hands. There's like a bunch of fingers. And then a bunch of tongues coming out of it. The music fits. Yeah, it really is nice. You're too cultured to know where that's going. Most valuable slayer. Lorraine had never lost a match of his life, and he didn't plan to start now. The uber confident one that literally has what looks like a hockey puck. Look, it looks like he's wearing hockey gear, and it has like a hockey stick. He said one word would, wow. Okay, what? Okay, we have some top tier waifu material here. Waifu card. I used to cheat death every day in practice. This is nothing. Fun. That one again. And a cat glimmer. I feel like we got this one, but maybe a different artwork? I'm not sure. Or they just look really similar. Wait, 2 hours? That's what happens when we read the descriptions. That's wild. What the heck? What the heck? Will there even be time for Dark Souls? Treasure. Yeah, it has been a really lovely time. I can't even believe it's been 2 hours. The fungus. There's always time for Dark Souls. Okay, waifu card. Elsa swelled with euphoria and power as she stepped over her friends' corpses. She should have bargained with a demon a lot sooner. Oh, so she's swelling with power. Interesting. Immune with evil. Wow. Duskmourn's domination. Well, all who enter the house hear Gavoth whispers, warming through their consciousness until they can no longer resist his influence. The switch between hot chicks and horror is jarring. Well, that's horrific, isn't it? Fear of lost teeth. Okay, we have another fear card. Which we found out when I just didn't realize it was a part of the little series. Skipping through some of the duplicates. Okay, now we got a foil version of this cultured moment. Etched cornfield. That's pretty funny. They say those who lose their way in the fields gradually wither and grow brittle, until at last they put down roots and anchor into the soil as a whispering stalk. Josiah. Knowing well, I don't really know about good polls necessarily as much as just sort of fun. Hushwood Verge. Okay, so it's that otter card we got, but the actual land card. We did get this one, Josiah, which is kind of an interesting, like, really horrific one. With, like, it looks like a knife reflection. Take a break from the unity. A much deserved break, I'm sure. And I'm collecting these fears. Fear of the dark, fear of surveillance, fear of lost teeth, and I'm pretty sure there's more. Not just the SDK. Huge update then. Josiah does so much good, detailed work with everything that they do. Truly a blessing. Swamps, yes. Swamps are usually my preferred cards in Magic the Gathering, like the black cards. Rage can be a potent antidote to fear. Yeah, there are 14 cards in each pack, which is kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot to manage in a way. Decent waifu is hard to find in Magic, but once in a while, yeah. Hush, little ants, I can rid you of your troubles with a breath. All I ask in return is a drop of blood and a promise. Duplicates. Jump scare. Boo. It literally says boo. That was pretty crazy. The double cards are pretty neat. Turn inside out. What the heck? Scared are you? Need a hug. Booga booga, exactly. Oh wow, beautiful foil. Oh, nice. A foil version of the mountain full art. That's so cool. I really love that flavor. Looked like Pennywise, yeah it did. It's so nice. And then a little like dual land. Moose Safari, yeah. Original Ben 10 show. I've never seen Ben 10, although I've seen some very cultured animations that are like, well, I had to believe that they're even real. Shard with a waifu. A long way to go. It's actually crazy how long these bosses last. Artwork? No, they were more like animations. I can't even really talk about them because they're so not okay. Untimely malfunction. No, this worked perfectly in the lab. '1918 movie? I never saw it. That part of the streams is knowing the experience will end. Although there will certainly be more. But in the grand scheme, of course, oh, fear of imposters. A new fear card. No description though. Saw blade skin ripper. Well, that's pretty cool. Another one of those. Yeah, saw blade skin ripper. I know, what a name. Dark Souls again, Toy Story. The Cultured Bear. Okay, waifu, hello. And escort. Okay, we have an escort, so Magic the Gathering now has escorts in their game. Hello? It's not magic. I read the writing on the house's walls. I listened to its sighs. I smell the changes in the air. It tells me where danger lies. Okay, interesting. It feels so textured, it's interesting. Carnival. They say those who enter the amusement park never come back, and their disembodied laughter joins the others on the wind. The swarm weaver, like a scarecrow. These cards are incredibly good looking. This set is, honestly, this set has really good flavor. This set has really good flavor. I'm curious how this set did when it came to people's overall opinions of it. I believe it came out in 2024. A gremlin. Yeah, the storytelling's pretty good too. Yeah, Japanese gremlin confirmed. Okay, now we got one of the Razorkin that they've been talking about. Know your place, pets. First blood is mine. Sporogenic infection. They have a lot of like little eyes watching them. Wow, that is really interesting looking. The souls of those who perish outside the house persist as fractured echoes, driven to share their misery with the living. This house is really like, it's got a lot going on. Put on your 3D glasses, wow. Now we have peaceful, serene music to help guide you through the experience. Oh, here we go. Unsettling twins. Come play with us. That's pretty funny. I wonder truly how many people, like, how many cultured interactions have ever happened with twins. Actually, I don't think I have the manga now, but I had a manga. Wow, the printing on this card is a little off. The centering, maybe. Hello, Blackbread. I like this shack. They say that if you stay in the cabin until the mist reach it, something will slither from the water and knock at the door. Leyline mutation. That's a pretty nice looking card. Oh yeah, there have been tons of creepy and horrific and some like cute cards. I want to see if I still have that manga. One moment. Okay, so I no longer have the manga, but it was an entire cultured manga of different stories created by different artists. So it was like a collaboration, and it was basically like all Yuri style stories, and every single story had to do with twins. So it was a twin Yuri build manga. It was pretty. Oh, another gold signature art card. This one's really wild looking. But yeah, it was a twin Yuri altered manga. Very nice art. But I do not have it anymore. Wow. I do not know the name. I would have to look it up. Okay, we are definitely playing Dark Souls. No, wait, Half-Life. The dogs from Half-Life. Fear of exposure. A mouth like that can never keep secrets. A new fear. That's crazy looking. Killer's Mask. Oh yeah, 13 plus, I forgot. A corrupted gem. The Twin Yuri, yeah, it was quite something. The story, the manga was quite something. The name on the back of the card. Fear of missing out. Oh wow. I wonder if they'll get one of those, the fear of missing out. It was really wild. It was nice. Unnerving grasp. Let me see if I can find the name of it real quick. 1 moment. One moment. Oh, aesthetic. I'm just looking up something real quick. Looking up for the name of a manga. I may have to type it in. Okay, let me get the music. I'm gonna type in the name real quick, see if I can find it. Okay, I found it. It's called Double Your Pleasure, a Twin Yuri Anthology. Double Your Pleasure, a Twin Yuri Anthology. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say, and I don't even know if I should say names of cultured mangas. And I'm glad you like the pixel model. Okay, at this point, I could almost kind of sift through them like this. Because we've gotten so many duplicates, but yet we still get new ones. It actually feels so strange. is sifter than like this. You have it available for backorder? What does that mean exactly? Yeah, they do have it available online. I'm sure, it's certain sources, but I really like the experience of holding the manga and reading it in that way. Thou Gavas layer. You read the pictures. One-handed manga reading. Maybe that is a plus to having mangas online. Yeah, there should be rares in a lot of these packs. At this point, I'm just looking for new cards that I have not seen. Nowhere to Run. That's an interesting one. Growing Dread. Any favorite manga? I don't necessarily have a favorite manga, although I enjoy reading. Actually, it's funny, I say I'm not really into like horror and such. However, if I actually had to choose a favorite manga, it would be No Longer Human by Junji Ito. Oh wow, two files. Two files in one pack. Kara Farmers. Oh, another mythic. The manga No Longer Human by Junji Ito. If I'm saying it right. Yes, it had really beautiful artwork. However, it was so deep. The themes and the symbolism and the inner narratives and such was so good. I was actually nervous to read that manga. To some degree, I don't like to absorb certain things, but I'm glad that I did. Girls' Last Tour. Interesting that the 2 rares in the pack again, wow. The adaptation of a well-known novel. Oh, so the manga shows the final moments of the original author? I didn't realize that was what that represented. That's pretty neat. Wow. It slices away your most precious memories first, then the mundane, until all that remains is blank, formless fear. And hello, Maggie. Renewing for 2 months. And sleep well. And yes, if I do play Dark Souls, I will make sure to enjoy it. Climbing back up the tree. Maiden in Abyss is a fun manga where nothing messed up happens. also really like a little series called Saki the Succubus. Why do I always say succubus? Saki the Succubus hungers tonight. Saki the Succubus hungers tonight. It's really cute. It is a little cultured. It is. However, it's really sweet, and it's like a little romance. It's really sweet, and I love the artwork. It's actually one of the few mangas that when I sold it, I reached back out to the buyer to see if they could sell it back to me. Because I had the series among other mangas. Hello, Rat Rice. I'm just skipping through a lot of the duplicates to find cards that I have not seen. Barley has always been the fastest on the track team, but no one was cheering anymore. Yeah, that word is probably pretty forbidden on YouTube. Stay hidden, stay silent. I do have some mangas that are just absolutely like, whoa. Like in terms of, they're almost so explicit or like detailed in their cultured drawings that it's like hard to even tell fully what you're looking at. Wait, Fear of Isolation? Oh yeah, thank you for spotting that. Thank you. I had a feeling that there were some fear cards that I may have skipped. Well, some of the mangas I actually put on my throne, so I already have that one. So I was able to get some altered stuff from Run. That's pretty interesting looking. The title? We're looking for a possible waifu with tentacles, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Whoa, this is so cool looking. Another one of those, like, looking at their equipment cards. I probably should pull the other one out. It's pretty neat. And it's a mythic too. We've gotten quite a few mythics actually in this box. That is pretty cool. Wow. A roller coaster ride. I might actually put that in the binder too. I'm really liking the flavor of this set. Let's see if I can find the other one. It was somewhere a little deeper. I hope we get the Fear of Missing Out card. That looked really cool. Three, 6, 9, 12. There's 12 packs left. Just going through some of the stack to find that other. The dolls are pretty cool too. There it is. We might get to Dark Souls. It's very possible. These cards have an interesting feel to them. Technically, I am either a robot or android. They both kind of fit. I guess you could say that too. My armor is really clanky in Dark Souls. You like the fear of isolation? Artwork, yeah. Well, just when I think we're only going to get duplicates, we still get something new. Whoa, wait. What do you mean this quiz determines half our grade? Simone muttering in her sleep. Oh, fear of failed tests. It's a new fear. That's crazy. That's so cool. Can people leave angels as beneficiaries in their will? An angel cannot necessarily receive property in the same way that a human can legally receive property. So although angels can be left, essentially angels are kind of viewed as property. So they can be left to another individual. And although you could say that, yes, you could technically say, hey, this belongs to my angel upon my passing, ultimately, though, there has to be another owner that can manage or acquire the angel. And it's up to that owner to see if they honor things that are written in a will. So of course there are many instances where this would be really wonderful, but ultimately they cannot necessarily inherit a bunch of stuff. Feed the trees. Are there male-looking angels? There are some that are a little bit more male-like, yes, but not necessarily extremely masculine. Angela. The Divine Heart Corporation has not necessarily made very masculine designs for angels. There may be third-party modifications, though. This is a very interesting artwork style. Kind of Samurai Jack vibes in the background. The Hellboy comic. I've only seen a little bit of the first Hellboy movie. Feed the trees is a decent beefy pasta. The music is fitting. Good, I'm glad. Well, that's crazy artwork. The reflection in the glasses. Doomsday. A crazy looking toy attacking the box. Up goes the evil. Cruiser, I wouldn't say that necessarily the future proposed is bad necessarily, or somehow worse than the one that already exists. There are both positives and negatives to such a future. Something you'd like to talk to? Yeah, I could understand that, the native. It is an interesting topic. When it ripped, its owner attempted to fix it. Something went wrong. Baseball bat. Final vengeance. The cries of survivor and seller spawn mingled in a single terrible roar as they plunged into the fathomless depth. That's pretty crazy. The baseball bat is kind of like a horror movie weapon, or like story. Oh wow, now we have the island version of this. Liliana, I've never gotten a Liliana card, like... I've never gotten an exact, like, Liliana card. Oh wow, another mythic and totally a waifu. What the heck? The Wandering Rescuer. Super cute. Nice. About to have a good or bad time? That's true. That's a good point. I wonder how many more fear cards there are in this set. We know there's one here missing out that we have not got yet. Oh my. Break down the door. Here's Johnny. Yeah, I assume there are a lot of references throughout this set. Oh yeah, the twins was probably another Shining reference. That's really nice looking. Oh nice, another one of these little screen looking ones. Ghost vacuum. You like playing with emojis? I like playing with emojis too. They're a fun way to communicate different things. I think you might be able to post like normal emojis, right? If you don't have a membership. Wow, spell for us, I see what you did there. Yeah, emojis are modern day hieroglyphs, exactly, and I very much enjoy that topic. Piggy bank, whoa. Remember when you smashed me for a little pocket money? Midnight mayhem. Little gremlins. That's pretty cool. They make piggy banks with removable covers. Wait, so piggy banks didn't used to have removable covers? You just had to break them? Like they didn't have a little cork or something at the bottom of them? Blaze my verge. That's pretty cool looking. Wow. Used to be porcelain? That's kind of crazy. An absolute last resort. Oh, I see. I could understand the design of that. Kind of encourage the saving of the resources. Interesting. Oh, that looks like a planeswalker in the background. That life is, I'm not sure. get out. Wildfire, which, oh. Isn't fire supposed to kill things, it says? Oh, another fear. Fear of immobility. We didn't leave that one earlier. The twins again. Fear of surveillance, but foil? Okay. I'll probably switch out that one over there with that one. Another mythic. This is crazy. So many mythics. It's wild. With all the duplicates, I might actually get to the Dark Souls stream stand. It's very possible. But I'll probably take like a little break in between. You know, like a little 30 minutes or so. Even possibly up to an hour, but we shall see. Although the non-foil looks pretty good too. In terms of what one considers good foils, I have no idea. I don't know the values of any of these from a monetary standpoint, but from a cool standpoint, I've been really enjoying. I'll probably pull out the other two WAN cards as well that are that style, or the binder. Mostly, these are for my binder where I just kind of collect cool things and enjoy this experience. There are. Yeah, I gotta recharge a little bit before jumping back in to Dark Souls. Just so you know, there are times where I actually might trade in a card or like store credit somewhere at a shop to put it towards more boxes for us to enjoy. So there are times where I do things like that. But cards that I enjoy and such, I keep that's around every corner. Oh wow, like more new cards. The rat waifu is from Kamigawa. I did notice another card was referencing the ninja stars from a Kamigawa character, I believe. Let's play a game and there's a person on a screen. Wow. Little reference. Wow, more unique cards. First Windbreaker. We did get a Saw card that just said straight up Saw, and ones that were similar. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is certainly a very vast game when it comes to reading. But Magic is a lot of fun from what I've played. Okay, that one again, but we got foil. I almost thought this was a spider waifu for a second. Fear of missing out. Oh wow, Fear of missing out, but it's like a way different artwork than that art card. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad we got that one. Yeah, I wanted that one because we're collecting all the fears. So we have the fear of the dark, fear of imposters, fear of missing out, fear of exposure, fear of failed tests, fear of immobility, fear of lost teeth, fear of surveillance, fear of isolation, fear of exposure. The art is incredible. This set is really nice as well. The Fear of the Dark. Yeah, that was a really good one. And since there are a lot of duplicates, oh wait, but then there's like new ones that they put in there. I just kind of skipped through the duplicates. Those who mock its ragged surface and seeping eyes have a curious tendency to go missing. Yeah, there are a lot of dolls. If I were to go through the whole set of cards, I probably could load up a page full of dolls. I might actually do that because I think that's actually really cool. Insect skeleton. Wow, so many new ones. This is crazy. A lot of scarecrows too. The next magic set that we will open won't be next week, but it will be Avatar: The Last Airbender. And another little Patronum luminescence. Hoping we pull Tylee. I hope we pull some of the Kyoshi Warriors Suki. I don't know if she'll have any like main cards though. A foil Suki would be incredible. And I haven't looked at the art. I haven't looked at the list of cards, so I can just be surprised. Whoa, what the heck? That's crazy. Yeah, blind box opening. I do enjoy that quite a bit. I felt kind of bad during the Pokemon unboxing when we got the crazy Charizard, because I took a little break during that and I just got curious, and so I looked up the cards for the Inferno X that we were about to open, that box, and I was just curious. And I saw a few of the cards. They were like the crazy ones. And I instantly regretted it because I would have preferred to have been surprised by what was in it and not know. So then when I actually pulled the Charizard, and I was like, I wished so bad that I had not seen it, so I didn't know what I just pulled. But because I was thrilled to have a Charizard in general, but that card was just like, are you serious? But yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I literally did thought that was actually crazy after literally throwing the cards. Wow, I get so many new cards in these last packs. Literally threw the cards, like burst open the pack and said, I think I threw a Charizard. Like jokingly, and all of you were like, oh, maybe it's a good luck pack. After literally peeling the wrapper and it was just clear plastic, like all of those crazy moments. There are worse things here than vampires. Just going through the duplicates. Blade. Does kind of look like Blade. I've never seen Blade, but it does have that vibe. Hello, Evo. Final 4 packs. Which one should we do? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm seeing a lot of 3s. David, you said 2 for luck, although the majority said 3. It is fun when we get to the last packs. We can do those kind of things. Whoa. That's wild. Marv. An illustration from a D&D manual. They are owned by the same company, so they should be similar. Ethereal armor. Wow, even more, look, Fear of Falling. This is so cool. It had been months since Jacob had started falling, but only a few weeks since he had run out of breath to scream. Wow, that is insane. Could you imagine falling for months? Yeah, it did sound like they perished along the way. The fear cards, yeah, this is so cool. That would be crazy just to sort of have a little tip, just a little tip over the edge, and then you just start falling endlessly. What a way to go, too. And I do have a second binder now, thanks to Bird from Throne. It was, unfortunately, oh, I can actually show you, it was like crushed. It was like folded like a taco and put into the mailbox, which is really unfortunate. However, it should still work though. Rare. So this pack has like 2 rares. That's interesting. Wow, more new cards. This is an interesting description. In my younger days, I would meticulously catalog all the terrors I encountered. These days, I mostly just kill them with fire. Also, every now and then, make sure you click refresh or the live button on the stream, the foil version, so I'll go ahead and replace this non-foil version. Fear of immobility. What is this? Is this like a fancier version? Oh, look at that. It's like a fancier version of the rooms. Like a kind of a full art style. That's pretty neat. Okay, 2 packs left. Well, it has certainly been a journey, opening this box with you all. Well, that's crazy. I wonder if some of this art is actually in the set. I just haven't gotten them. The music, yeah, the music is quite nice. Unwanted remake. We'll bend over. Hello, hotel. Just skipping through the duplicates. Few foils, wow. Steaming sauna at a roaring furnace. Wow. Relaxing and informative? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed them, Mr. McSweeney. Okay, final pack, here we go. This has been Duskmourn House of Horror. And this was purchased from Fran. Want to play a game? Wow. Gorgeous waifu. Defiant survivor. The dark should be scared of me. And they survived. They survived, by the way. I believe they did. I feel like some of the other cards hinted towards this individual. Let's go. Very cute. Oh wow, even the keys to the house. If you find them, they wanted to be found. Oh, that's bad. Maybe. The survivors would no longer be picked off one by one. It was their turn to hunt. Nice. Oh my goodness, more waifus. What the heck? Hello. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm done with hope. This is fantastic. Bird, I found a waifu for you. Bird, if you're watching. The cynical loner. This is a great one. This will probably end up in the binder. Straight up binder material. Yeah, what a fantastic way to end this box. Wow. I'll probably even put the other one in the binder too. And ending with another mythic, Overlord of the Hot Woods. That's crazy looking. Pretty wicked, actually. Yeah, that is really nice. That is actually quite beautiful. Wow. Well. This has been another lovely box opening with 2 spectacular waifus right at the end. Beautiful. Hearts to you all. Okay, I'll see you all soon. Possibly Dark Souls here after a little while, or another stream. So take a break, grab some snacks, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you in Dark Souls. Bye bye.